In this lesson, you are going to learn how to use a pattern rule to create a pattern, to find those terms in a pattern using a pattern rule. And so I will share my screen so that you can see what I'm looking at. And here we go. So we are going to look at the instructions. So a pattern can be found by reading a pattern rule and following the directions. Pretty simple. So we're going to use this example down here. It says, find the first 5 terms of the pattern. Start at 5, add 4 each time. So step 1, we're going to write the first term in the sequence. So start at 5. That is our first term. Start at, and then the number. So start at 5, we will write a 5 right here. Pretty complex so far, hey? Okay, next up, we are going to use the pattern rule, and we're going to draw arrows with the required operations to find each term. So this one's pretty simple. I kept it easy. We're going to add 4 each time. So for this, it's just going to be plus 4 each time. And if you have not watched the video on finding patterns, definitely watch that first, because this is building off of that. And so we draw our arrows, and then after that, into our next screen, we're going to calculate each term. And then you're welcome to use a calculator for the larger numbers. This, I don't think that you should need to, but there are some bigger numbers in this lesson. And so 5 plus 4 equals 9. Then 9 plus 4 equals 13. Then 13 plus 4 equals 17. And then 17 plus 4 equals 21. And that's what you do. We're going to look at another example here. The example is start at 8, subtract 2, then add 6 each time. So it's going to be a little bit more complex here. And so I've got the steps up top so that you can follow along. So the first thing we want to do is write the first term in the sequence. So we're looking at this first line, and it says start at 8. So that means that we're starting at 8. And my phone is being weird. It's like copying down everything that I say. Okay. Then the step 2, using the pattern rule, draw arrows with the required operations to find each term. So this is where it comes in handy to draw these arrows. So the first thing we do is subtract 2, so minus 2, then add 6. So the next one is add 6. And then the next one, you guessed it, we're going to subtract 2. And then the last one, we're going to add 6. Okay, and then all we have to do is calculate each term to find them based on what we wrote on the arrows. And if you choose not to write these arrows, it's going to be way harder. Even as an adult, this is way easier if I can write those arrows. So I definitely suggest that you write the arrows too, even if it seems silly. So 8 minus 2 is 6. Then 6 plus 6 is 12. Then 12 minus 2 is 10. And 10 plus 6 is 16. Okay, so we have one more example. I took the steps away, see if you can remember. I'm going to be guiding you along though, but here's a challenge to you: is pause the video, try this question, and then play it again, see if you get the right answer. But this one says, find the 6th term in the pattern. Start at 50, add 10, then subtract 3 each time. So we're going to do the same thing that I just said, and we're specifically looking for this number that I boxed, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th term. In your assignment, you're going to have some questions that ask for just the 6th term. So you just have to type in that number right there. That would be in the box. Okay, so our steps are, put the first term is 50, then draw our arrow. So add 10, then subtract 3. So plus 10 minus 3. My arrows aren't the best. Plus 10 minus 3 and plus 10. Okay, so now we find the numbers. So 50 plus 10 is 60. 60 minus 3 is 57. 57 plus 10 is 67. 67 minus 3 is 64. And 64 plus 10 is 74. So our 6th term is 74. And that's how you do that. So you're going to use these same steps to do the next few questions. And then, yeah, all will be good.